Dah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Miss.
We'll start our activity today. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Communication is very important in today's modern era, not only to transfer a message verbally, but also to transfer a message that can be understood by another person. Through VCT, children are taught how to communicate properly and correctly. They are taught to understand the ethics of managing a virtual event. Today, they will practice to present a theme that they will convey to the entire audience. And let us open this event together with Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. For the first change, please Mayang to present the material. Mayang, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Krishna, for taking me to take over this VCT today. Okay, I will present my material about how to get healthy and get productive in new normal era. Are you see it, guys? Have you see it, guys, the material?
Yes, I see. Yes.
Okay. First, before I go to the material about how to get healthy and productive in new normal, let me introduce myself. I'm Sekarma Fitria Budianto. I'm from SMA Negeri 1 Ponorogo. Okay. The material I will explain is how to get healthy and productive in new normal. What is new normal? New normal is Indonesian means new normal. The new normal is a condition of adapting to the environment in the form of lifestyle, behaviors, and ways of working while prioritizing health protocols so that the Indonesian people remain productive, continue to carry out economic activities, stay healthy, and avoid the COVID-19 virus. If we discuss about the new normal, there are a lot of things that we previously felt were abnormal, but in a new normal, it is so formal. For example, before the new normal era, wearing a face mask in public is something strange. Now, in the new normal era, wearing a mask is a must. Otherwise, wearing a mask in public is something strange. Okay, next I will explain obstacle in new normal. There are 3 obstacles in new normal. First is WFH or work from home. Okay, I will explain first work from home. Work usually has to be in the office and school or campus or another college. Meetings and training must also meet in a busy place. But now in the new era of normality, work, study, and meetings are no longer held in office, schools, campus, but at home online. Okay, next is social distance. Previously, every time Indonesian people meet, they always shook hands. But in new era new normal, shaking hands is something that should not be Don't do this. Before gathering was something normal, but this in the new normal, chatting was getting closer and closer, showing seriousness. But in the new normal era, the distance to chat is at least 2 meter distant. The farther is better. For example, social distance mean in here is there will be if we meet some people, don't shaking hands, but before the new normal, shaking hands is so normal. But just not just the shaking hands. In new normal, we must to keep social distancing at least 2 meters and more for it better. And we need to use face masks always using face masks, and we must to take over or not to talk with some people or give to give closer with people and take a distance. Okay, next is bored. Bored in the beginning, family member welcome all activities at home because the atmosphere was homey. Family, at least not a family, but we also happy at first because new normal is holding routine activities all in home. But gradually, routine activities at home start to get bored, and there is less social interaction with school friends or teacher or work college. Can make a person very susceptible to stress and can even interfere with health condition. Okay, next I will explain impact new normal. There are 4 impact new normal. There will be positive, negative, mental health, and bored to be lazy. Okay, first I will explain the positive side. The positive side is that students are finally able to take advantage of social media as means of education. Okay, the next is negative side. The negative side is that teaching and learning activities have become less effective given that for example, when with the course schedule start at 12:30 until 15 o'clock, we are concerned by the difficulty of logging into the website. We cannot all co-access start at the same time, causing the preferred information to be left behind. Okay, another impact is the mental health of students. Mental health is very vulnerable in adolescents like us today. Due to the influence of mood change and unsupportive circumstances, with learning conditions are hampered and even only through online. Teachers sometimes only provide material without giving explanations and direction to students. And students are required to be able to do assignment, exam that must be done in order to complete the value data and score. Mental health here means stress and boredom. Stress due to the many demands of teacher assignment with very limited deadline. Bored. Students tend to be more bored because learning is static and do not attract students' attention. Just formality, the material is given to do assignment and save grade, to high score, to complete the test and assignment. This learning circle makes students bored and thence to prevent postpone work because it feels very boring, make it lazy to do it. Maybe the teacher should provide learning and develop a learning system with games maybe or interesting events, not just a test. Okay, next is new normal learning. There are 2 points. There's new normal learning by application and advanced meeting or face-to-face. Okay, first I will explain by application. There are 3 applications that used in new normal learning. First is Google Classroom. Google Classroom. So as the Google Classroom application, this application is not much different from the RPS online website. It is just that the code or password to access this application is made by certain subject teacher, usually in the form of letter or numbers. From this Google Classroom account, the teacher can at any time to provide the material and motivation to you, but material about lessons and give a task and assignment. This application can be a place for you to upload your work in format that has been determined by the teacher, whether in the form of Word by be like a PDF, Word, and intention. Okay, next is application Zoom or Google Meeting. Zoom Cloud Meeting and Google Meet are the teacher choice of application. This application is also not much different from the operation of Google Classroom. The difference is that Zoom and Google Meet can be used for face-to-face with a capacity of 100 people or more. Regarding some Zoom capacity, it must have been in accordance with the number of students in the class, which is an average of 40 people. The Zoom function is actually same of group video call on WhatsApp. It's just that this application is so formal. The group that gets presentation turn can easily divide such as moderator, minister, and questioner. For example, now we use Google Meet to share our presentation and we go to the VCT today. We learn about how to able to be presenter, host, and moderator. Not that just a 3 point, but we learn about how to get professional to able handle about presentation, how to get professional to make a great teams, and we learn about relationship friends because different college. For example, you guys from SMP Negeri 1 Ponorogo and I'm from SMP Negeri 1 Ponorogo. This is a different college and school that we can be share our educational and share about our material and have a good relationship to make a great team in our VCT today or not today, but our VCT virtual coordination training to give a maximum to joining this seminar. Okay, next is advanced meeting or face-to-face. We know as familiar with PTM. Face-to-face is carried out according to strict health protocols. Face-to-face meetings are carried out like learning before the impact of COVID-19, but with students attends 25 until 50 of our students. Because into face-to-face classroom, they also have to maintain a distance. Okay, next I will explain how to stay healthy in new normal. How to stay healthy during the new normal? Because healthy is the key to life. There are 7 points to how stay healthy in new normal. Okay, first is exercise regularly even at home. COVID-19 can affect anyone, so that we are not easily infected. Make sure to keep a body healthy and increasing endurance. One things that need to be done by exercising, like to sport, swimming, running, or maybe we got a Zumba, yoga. In addition to health and fitness that need to be done is by exercising. Can be very therapeutic so that the body goes not even after a long period of work and study. As much as possible, it is better if we do activities for a while. All activities are carried out at home to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Okay, next is maintain cleanliness. So that you are not susceptible to virus or fall sick during the new normal, always keep clean, especially when doing activities outside. Diligently washing hands is a simple and most effective measure to protect ourselves from exposure to the COVID-19. Okay, next is eat healthy foods. According to research, 80% of immune cells are in the digestive tract. This means the consumption of nutritious foods plays an important role in maintaining endurance. Make sure we eat food with balanced nutrition, starting from carbohydrate, protein, fiber, vitamin, and minerals. Okay, next is make time for me. This can be make time for me in here. There will be we must make time for me time for we. Stress will have a bad effect of an immune system which can cause illness. To reduce stress, we must allocate a little time for me time. You don't have to go outside, but you can do activities a positive activity to make sure your mood is stable, not just stable mood, but you can make a positive vibe. A positive vibe make sure healthy life. Okay, next is stick to healthy protocols. We must pay attention to health protocols. Apart from wearing masks and frequently to cleaning our hands, we must maintain a safe distance from others. As much as possible, we limit contact with other people who are touching or close together. Okay, next is improve the immune system. The immune system is the body's first line of defense against disease-causing microorganisms and virus. This is why you need to maintain the immune system, namely by maintaining a balance of nutrients and a healthy lifestyle. This is because a body cannot naturally produce all the vitamin and mineral it needs. You can start by maintaining by a diet food and avoiding food that are rich in preservative or sugar, maybe a candy, maybe a cake, or maybe junk food. Okay, next is consumption of vitamin and supplements. Vitamins and minerals are another key to a healthy life. Without vitamin, the immune system will not function properly. The best source of vitamins are food and consumed daily. If we eat healthy food like vegetables or fruit, that can inside of our body can be healthy. But if we eat a junk food, fast food, or a sugar food, or maybe that not healthy food, that's make in our body can be not healthy. But the consumption of vitamin and supplement is just to remove to take out our body to get fresh and not be healthy fully, but just to be healthy outside. Okay, next I will explain how to get productive in new normal. Productive way during the new normal period is by read the books. Reading books is the right choice of activity to do during a pandemic or new normal. Not only increasing knowledge and insight, books will also provide a number of benefits, such as training in the brain, building vocabulary, reducing stress levels, and developing imagination of creativity. So start by looking for a book reference that is interests you or by your passion. For example, you like the novels, maybe biographies, self-development, or whatever genre you like thriller, or maybe romance, or maybe teen fiction, or maybe another genre. Or if you prefer to listen to audio, you can also an audiobook as a replacement. Okay, next is sharpen interests and abilities. Being a versatile student is the right profession to support future work. Therefore, take advantage for this time to develop skill in the field that you are interested. For example, if you lack some interest to makeup, skincare, try to get more about knowledge or your skill. Train to skill about the makeup, skincare, or maybe you like to interest about food. You can try to get more abilities to study about food. You can make a cake, you can make fuyung hai, or maybe food in like the restaurant, or maybe another you can like by your passion. Okay, next is join online seminar. The popularity of online seminars or webinars has become increasingly popular after the global coronavirus outbreak. For example, right now we join online seminar VCT by Siamolek. It is Vicon Coordination Training. In here, we share about education and how to get professional to make a great team, or not just a great team, but we can share about our how to get we can make sure relationships will be stable with a different college, with different people, can be make sure a great team for we join online seminar. And in this seminar we meet all relation to make sure give more we can know about more education about how to able we be house presenter, or maybe house moderator or presenter. Okay, next is active moving. Sport activities can be alternative to get rid of boredom when you have to spend time at home. In addition, exercise can improve blood circulation, body immunity, and your mental health. So try to spend at least 10 minutes every day for exercise, such as walking, running, cycling, gymnastics, Zumba, yoga, as you like to get sport. Okay, next is create atmosphere at home as comfortable. Create workplace in your residence with a comfortable tables and chairs. Make sure a network connection to stay connected with colleagues or your colleagues or your friends or your teacher. Okay, next I will explain about the motivator Mary Rihanna. The motivator Mary Rihanna said that is in the traditional praise, anyone must keep thinking positively. However, positive thinking alone is not enough to achieve success. However, positive thinking is two other things that are needed, namely critical thinking and positive action. Positive thinking may but must be measured correctly. Okay, next is Mary also shared tips for staying productive during the transition to the new normal. First is get up. We know that it's time to get up after the last 12 weeks of staying at home. Mary also invited we not to postpone work. Even though you are still working from home, you must maintain your productivity. Second is dress up. Mary said, "From now on, everyone must start the day well even though they are still at home. One way is dress neatly and maintain cleanliness." Maybe during the past time you have been at home, usually it's okay to take a little TD. It's okay to not to take shower. No one knows. Today cannot. Today is time to change. It's time to dress out and more productive. Okay, next is I will explain tips time management effective. Time management effective. First, there are plan an activity or activity. Plan, for example, you can plan what activity what you want to do. Today I want to make a cake. Today I want to study biology. Today I want to watch a skincare routine, how to 10 step or Korean skincare. Okay, the next is carry out what has been planned. You must carry out what has been you planned, what you wanna do. If I want to study biology, I must carry out about the biology, search about biology and study by a reference different friends to get interest more me to carry out has been I'm playing. Okay, next is monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring is a way that are after you plan and carry out, you must monitoring and evaluation has been your plan what you want to do. If you want to study biology, have a carry out of biology, now it's time to monitoring and evaluation. Evaluation what you study in biology. Maybe you wrong about the structure or organism. There will be to get evaluation and you can research about what you wrong and evaluation what you studied. Okay, next is set goals or 80 goals. Goals are set using a specific time period. For example, daily, weekly, monthly, as long as the policy is home only, maybe next 3 months. You can set your goal setting. What you wanna go for now? I want to more productive next Monday. So I must prepare how to get productive right now. Maybe doing activities that I can plan and I'm research again. What must I do to get productive for next month, for next weeks? Okay, next is purpose. Purpose that set a maximum of 3 goals for each role. In addition to setting goals for personal success, as students, employers, we must study, we must goals to high score. Also set goals for family happiness. For example, making hydroponic plants at home. With a goal, people can easily direct or focus all activities for achievement of this goal. Next is make a to-do list. We also need to make a to-do list or favorite list of activities so that it doesn't get boring. Write down all activities and allocate time spent each day. Breakdown of activities by activities group for work or study, family, self, me time, leisure, and other. The proportion of time allocated for us to time varies by person, depending on the role and goals to be achieved. Okay, next is priority scale. We also need to determine the priority of activities. Every day the activities to be carried out the group based on priority scale. If it's important, then do first. That are important and not urgent, then do next. Not important and urgent, then do it later. Not important and not urgent, then better not do that. Just don't do. In managing time management, we need to determine a priority scale to prioritize important and urgent activities based on our values. Create a schedule or activities by allocating time and implementation every day of this week with a varied pattern so that it's not monotonous. Okay, next is productive time. Meanwhile, for implementation, we need to identify the most productive time. Everyone has different productive time. It can be morning or evening. For example, me, I like to do my productive time is midnight, maybe at 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock. I spend my time to study or watch K-drama or reading a novel. As usual, you like by your passion. Trying to avoid concentration breaking things that haven't nothing to do with the job at hand. Focusing is also about discipline and commitment. Don't get in the habit of delaying work that is considered light and it piles up and still have to be done at the end of the period needing the deadline. Okay, next is take a break. Make time to rest. Good time management, of course. Don't lose sight of the need for oneself. With good time management, a person should also not feel tired or depressed because he has allocated at the rest schedule. Make sure you take a break after you're doing the productive activities or much activities that you do. Because if you don't rest, you must be get tired and depressed because your brain gets stressed out because the much things you do, so your brain thinks more frustration. Okay, next is reward and punishment. Implement and reward punishment system for achieving daily targets. A reward and punishment system can be applied in order to foster enthusiasm for work. For example, I want to get planned that I must have 100 score for English exam for next week. So I must try my best to study about English to prepare my exam next week. And I promise for myself the rewards for me. If I get 100 score in 100 score in English exam next week, I will watch K-drama that I love it. If I don't get it 100 score, it will be I must study about mathematics because I don't like mathematics, so will be a punishment. That is punishment and reward can make me to get more enthusiasm for my plan and my work. Okay, that's all that I can say. I'm sorry if I'm good so rude or I'm say that's too faster, or I'm sorry if I got a pronunciation is wrong. Thank you for attention, and I will invite Mrs. Krishna to take over this VCT. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for Sekar Mayang Vidya Bianto. Your presentation is so good. I can understand what is your explanation about how to live in healthy, how to grow our mood so we can happy to enjoy our life. And I like your slide. Your slide is easy to understand, point to point. You explain, yeah. And your voice is clearly to hear, so I can hear everything about your explanation. It's so good. And we can understand how to protect our life, yeah. Because like we know, pandemic is not easy to us, yeah. There is coronavirus that so many people died because this virus. Okay, and we must always to wearing mask, and then washing our hands, and then we must make social distancing so we can still healthy in this pandemic area. Thank you so much, Mayang, for your material is so good. And now I would like to give chance for Ferisa Alia Sumargo to present her material. To Ferisa, time is yours. Hello, Ferisa is here. Ferisa, you can unmute your mic first. Ferisa, hello.
Hello, I'm sorry. The connection is error. Wait.
Okay, you can explain your material now. Time is yours, Ferisa.
Yes. Okay, affective learning. Which I will discuss is 1. What is affective learning? 2. How is it different from regular study? How can we know whether our learning is effective or not? Number 3. How do we make lessons easy to understand? Number 4. Why should learning be effective? What's the point of studying effectively? Number 5. How can we learn effectively? Next to number 1 is what is effective learning? Effective learning is an orderly, directed, and productive way of learning that results in intelligence, knowledge, skills, the formation of good and responsible mental and intellectual attitudes. In short, with effective learning, there is no burden when we study or answer a material. The next point is how is it different from regular study? How is it different from regular study? How can we know whether our learning is effective or not? So, our learning can be said to be effective if we learn happily, comfortably, and can accept the learning. Joy and comfort are created if we feel that the lesson can be understood easily. The next point is how do we make lesson easy to understand? There are many ways depending on the type of lesson. For example, there is a math story problem. If I work on the problem by imagining it like real, but we also have to know the basis or formula that will be used to solve the problem. For example, history lessons are actually not difficult, but it feels boring and difficult to memorize. The way when we read history, try to imagine actually every sentence in history, while to memorize it, we just need to understand the outline of event in history. Make a summary, quote, or historical overview. For example, in drawing a free object sketch lesson, we only imagine the object we are going to draw, while imagining the hand is also drawing the image in the brain. In other words, learning will be easy if we can imagine, express, and find shortcuts to do memorize a lesson. The next point is why should learning be effective? What's the point of studying effectively? Number 1, be diligent in making lesson digest notes. Important parts important parts of the lesson should be made a note on paper or a small book that can be carried around so that we can read it wherever we are. However, these notes should not be used as media for cheating because it can harm us. Number 2, make good planning. To achieve a goal is usually accompanied by a good plan. Therefore, it is better if we make a study plan and a plan for achieving grades to find out whether the learning activities we are doing have been maximized or need to be improved. Adjust the target achievement with the abilities we have. Don't target number 1 if we are currently outside to the top 10 in the class. Create study plan to prioritize weak subjects. Make a good study schedule. Next, number 3, discipline in learning. If we have made a study schedule, it must be carried out properly. For example, such as studying on time and seriously not playing with full concentration. If the time for eating, bed, worship, and so on has arrived, don't delay it any longer. Continue learning after doing these activities if the study time is not over. Playing with friends or game can damage learning concentration. It is better if play activities are also scheduled for a long enough time, but not, but not tiring if done before study time. When playing video games, you should choose games that are educational and don't cause high curiosity or high feelings of resentment if you lose. Next, number 4, become active asking and asking. If there are things that are not clear, then ask the teacher, friends, or parents. If we ask usefully, we will remember the answer. If you ask moderately and don't be testing the person you are asking. Over afraid to ask us things that he or she doesn't understand. The more questions we ask, the more we can remember the answer, and if we also don't know the correct answer, then we can discuss it together with friends. Next, number 5, study seriously and diligently. When studying in class, listen and note what the teacher explains. Note what is important because it may not be in the book and it will come out later during tests or exams. When free time, read the notes that have been made earlier and memorize as understood. If it feels steady with lessons, then test yourself with questions. After the questions are worked out, check the answer with the answer case. Review the questions that were wrongly answered. Number 6, avoid excessive learning. If the time for a test or test is near, we will usually panic if we are not ready. Short tests that are often taken by students who are not ready are to study late at night or stay up late or make a cheat sheet. We recommend that you stay asleep on time when going to the exam because staying up all night will have a bad impact on health, especially for children. Next, number 7 is honest in doing tests and exams. Avoid cheating while working on test questions or exams. Copying can make us cheaters and liars. Lies, however, cannot be covered up all the time and tend to do the next lie to cover up the next lie. Suppose that cheating will definitely get caught by the teacher and have a future as criminals if we should. Number 8. The time used is shorter. If we study addictively, the time used will be shorter than just ordinary study. Number 9. The heart, the heart feels happy. The mind is not burdened by controlling the material. Number 10. Enjoy all the learning process. What is no less profitable is that we enjoy the learning process, work on a lesson, get challenged with difficult questions from a material, evaluation, and so on so that we get a satisfactory grade. The next point is how can we learn effectively? In connection with the authentic pandemic period of online learning, I will explain how to learn effectively when studying online. Namely, number 1, create a comfortable learning atmosphere. What you need to do first is how to build a comfortable learning atmosphere. There are many ways to make the learning mood appear, including you can study while listening to music. Study in comfortable places such as in a park or on the side of a lake, or in an air-conditioned room. Number 2, summarize the learning principles. Well, note down the main points of the lessons. Why? Because if you read one book, it will take a very long time to complete. Take the instance of students. This will make it easier to remember and also easy to understand the gist of the lesson. Number 3, learn together. This method is often said to be the most addictive method because in a group learning atmosphere that is quite relaxed, the brain becomes more relaxed in receiving the lesson or material to be absorbed. In addition, things that are not yet known will be easier to solve by working together. So, it is highly recommended to study together to face exams. Number 4, the method of shortening or modifying to resemble the name of something. This method is used for some people who have difficult memorizing by using almost similar names to remember the material. It is very effective to use and the brain is very easy to remember. Next, number 5, learn by practice. Learning by doing is very effective. Well, this way of learning will also make you not feel bored. For example, science lessons such as botany or invertebrates, we can learn while observing plants, animals, or whatever. With that, we can make learning events more fun. Number 6, study regularly, but not for long. With a study routine, you will find it easier to remember with what you have learned. All you need to do is study routine, not study too long. Like studying in the morning, 45 minutes, afternoon, 25 minutes, evening, 50 minutes, and night, 1 hour. This method is very effective and the mind will also remain in a relaxed state rather than having to study for too long. Number 7, understanding, not memorizing. Well, the thing most students do when they want to fix exam is memorizing. Actually, it's not wrong. It's just less effective. To be more effective is to understand the theory so that we will remember it by ourselves during the exam. If you are still in the method or learning by memorizing, it is highly recommended to move to the method of understanding the material. Okay, the conclusion. Wait. Wait. The conclusion is by effective learning, we can get more satisfaction, such as quick understanding and fun. You don't have to do all the effective learning methods, but start from the way you think is easy. Surely, over time, you can do other effective learning methods. Kesimpulannya adalah, dengan belajar efektif, kita dapat memperoleh lebih kepuasan seperti cepat mengerti dan belajar menjadi lebih menyenangkan. Tidak harus melakukan semua cara belajar efektif, tapi mulailah dari cara yang menurutmu mudah. Pasti lama-kelamaan kamu bisa melakukan cara belajar efektif yang lain. Okay, this is all from me. Thank you for attention. Sorry for everything. And I return the time to Mrs. Krishna.
Okay, thank you so much, Farisa, for your explanation. Your material is good for the student because you give information about how to manage your time to be a student, how to make mathematics that's so difficult for some students, but you can make mathematics so fun, yeah. And then you give trick how to learn from how to manage your time. Like we must learn every day, but not so much. Yeah, I think you say that we can study maybe 1 hour a day, but that is must routine and to be continued in this life. Okay, thank you so much, Verisa. That is so good. And now I will give a change for Najwa Armedia. Okay, Najwa, time is yours. Najwa here. Hello, Najwa. You can unmute your mic first. Najwa, hello. I can hear your voice, Najwa. Okay, Najwa, maybe I lost connection, yeah, because I see out of from this room. So I will give change to Zafira Naila Dunia first. Zafira, can you hear me, Zafira?
Yes.
Okay. Time is yours, Zafira. You can explain your material now.
Well, thank you. Can the same screen appear?
Okay, your slide is clear. You can explain now.
Eager to learn. Greeting, my name is Zafira Naila, 8th grades from SMP N1 Ponorogo. At this meeting, we will discuss about what is the spirit of learning, why do we have to be passionate about studying, the benefits of the enthusiasm for learning, how to cultivate an attitude of enthusiasm for learning, and the last is conclusion. Let's just discuss about the core of our discussion. Is what is the spirit of learning? Understanding the spirit of learning is the spirit learning as our motivation. Motivation is a force that nudges someone to do something to achieve goals. Which is about the spirit of learning. The first is an explanation of the enthusiasm for learning. Now we have been curious and asked about what is the spirit of learning. So if we have a desire for a target or a goal, then we must need motivation. This motivation can be related to the enthusiasm for learning. If we have a target goal or ideals, we must have motivation and enthusiasm to it. This enthusiasm for learning is needed and also need. Then we must have a great sense of enthusiasm for learning and always apply. Next, we will discuss about the reason why the enthusiasm for learning should be in us. Why should we be passionate about learning? Because enthusiasm is the beginning of success. Why need enthusiasm for learning? Because in order to inspire ourselves to wake up from adversity, build more mature correction, and make the enthusiasm in learning as the first step towards success, so that the enthusiasm for learning is very much needed. With this, we become more enthusiastic, wake up or inspire ourselves to wake up from what was previously like some that we are more ready to behavior correction to really see what we want, what we aim at is our ideals, and this enthusiasm for learning can be make the step of our growth toward the gates of success. That was the reason, therefore, the enthusiasm for learning is very necessary and also needed. Then we will discuss about the benefits from a passion for learning. This time I'm not discussing the many benefits. I will only discuss and take example of some of the benefits that we can take from the enthusiasm for learning. Search in book or you can search on Google. One, the first benefit is improve learning performance. What the purpose of increasing learning performance? So the purpose of increasing learning performance here is when we already have a sense of enthusiasm, especially the feeling is accompanied by a sense of joy. We genuinely want to do it vigorously, it feels easy and enthusiastic. With this feeling, we will automatically improve our performance because from the start we already have a sense of enthusiasm, right? Indirectly, we are sure to continue to be motivated to improve, always thinking about how to improve it with a sense of enthusiasm and joy from the start. So this one benefit also has a tremendous impact on ourselves and also something we do. Two, the second benefit is since is easily observed. Because we were studying and we already had a sense of enthusiasm to happy. Now you must be like that, right? If you are going to learn to stop playing because the design is exciting, you must be very easy to adopt and also understand. It's different when we don't have a sense of enthusiasm for the start and also happy when starting something. Eventually, one could do it, still it's really hard to listen and absorb the knowledge. That's why this enthusiasm for learning is very important to have because of its extraordinary benefits such as the ease with which we understand things. Then the last or the third of the benefit of enthusiasm for learning is much easier because the enthusiasm for learning makes us more enthusiastic and tells not this easily to gain knowledge. Why is that? Because the sense of enthusiasm that we plan from the beginning will grow even rapidly. We will be enthusiastic and also not easy to keep up because dignity and attitude of enthusiasm for learning. Now, I do not have a sense of enthusiasm for learning to it we can give up because of truth. There is no sense of enthusiasm which also affects our enthusiasm to achieve our goals or targets as much as possible. Always instill a sense of enthusiasm for learning in that as our enthusiasm to achieve our goals. So we make us clean an attitude of enthusiasm for learning so we want to learn even easier. Then we will go into the discussion about how to cultivate an attitude of enthusiasm for learning. It doesn't feel like we have arrived at this discussion, so let's get to the first one. The first is focus on goals. Doesn't mean the goals or target you want to achieve in life. Write a list of your dreams on a piece of paper and stick it on the wall on your room, so that every time you wake up, you will see it and be more motivated to make it happen. Make it happen. Now we have to focus on our target. We must not be careless, even though we must remain and continue to focus. One way so that we can continue to focus by registering or listing a list of target goals that you will achieve or reach now. Write on a piece of paper after you have write the paper with the aim of your dream target. Then pass the right piece of paper on the study table or study place or place that you always reach for when we feel lazy. We continue to see a piece of paper we have write our list before. So inadvertently we will feel that we have to do it. We have to achieve it somehow because we have the intention from the beginning. Well, one of these ways is also very influential to apply and increase the enthusiasm for learning for ourselves. So the second one is set the study schedule. Write your study schedule proportionally. Well, you must make a schedule to make it easier to do something because we have prepared and schedule from the beginning. When we make a schedule, try to make the schedule must be made proportionally. To make it easier in this way, enthusiastic learning can be improved. And don't forget when we already have a schedule, we must be disciplined not to delay procrastination because we already scheduled it. Then the third is start learning with pleasure. A feeling of pleasure when learning is a condition that can be created, so instill a mindset in your mind that learning is full and exciting.
If we start something with a sense of pleasure, then something we do will be much easier because what we think and instill in our mindset in pleasure, not feeling poor or lazy. It is very important to instill a mindset of pleasure in our own mind and try not to think about bad things and always think positively. Then number four is respect time. We can to learn discipline and do not delay the opportunity to learn. Some say that time is valuable like gold. Yes, indeed. In terms of time, we cannot charge or repeat it when we are given an opportunity of time. So, as is as we should early as possible because time is actually short, and then from that we have to really appreciate it, especially if there is something we do. Don't try to it right away because time for yourself credit by rating yourself each time you achieve extraordinary things because of your persistence in starting. Giving self-respect is also a way for us to appreciate ourselves because the effort we make to achieve the goal and target are not easy, very difficult, even other people are not sure can be who we are. We can reward ourselves like after we have finished conveying our targets, like we can buy the thing we want. We can pamper ourselves and all that. There are many ways to reward ourselves in our way. So, the schools here, the methods you can apply an example to foster a sense of enthusiasm for learning. Um, it doesn't feel like we've come to a conclusion. No, the conclusion at this meeting is the enthusiasm for learning is very important and need to achieve a target that we dream and aspire to. Therefore, we must cultivate an attitude of enthusiasm for learning. So, the enthusiasm for learning is very necessary and important for us, especially for us studying students who will go towards our goals. The spirit of learning produces benefits and tremendous impact for our future. That is all, and thank you. Well, that's all I want to do, right? If something goes wrong, I'm sorry, and thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your explain, Zafira Gunia. Okay, um, you present about spirit learning, how to get motivation when we learning a lesson, and we must enthusiast for our lesson. Yeah, make our uh, make our heart is happy so we can learn easier. Never give up. I think you say like that. Yeah. if you feel difficult to understand some material. Just enjoy the process, okay? And don't forget to focus. Okay, that is so great material, Zavira, and you explain so good, and I can understand what you mean. Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation. And now I will give the written for Anantasia Suksaripina. Anantasia, you there?
Yes.
Anantasia, can you hear my voice?
Yeah. Yes, Miss.
Okay. Uh, I can hear your voice, Anantasia. Maybe.
I'm here.
Okay, okay, okay. Now it's so clear. Okay, Anantasia, time is yours.
Okay. Hello everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Anantasia Suksarivina Rahmadjunita from SMPN 1 Ponorogo. I in present now. Okay, do you look my screen? Okay, how do become public speaking? Let's start. Let's start to the material. Okay. What is public speaking? Public speaking is oral communication activity are carried out directly in public or in front of a group of people. There are two words, namely public and speaking. What is public? Public is meaning we speak in public. What is speaking? Speaking, that's the conversation, so if you talk about speaking. There is a spirit aspect, namely the public aspect. What are the aspects? Okay, the first aspect in public is who is our audience. Pay attention to who will be the first audience. Number two, our second aspect is what do they want to hear. Make sure the audience feels comfortable with what will be discussed. Discuss material that can attract the audience interest. Speaking. What is aspect in speaking? Number one is content. If there is no content to be discussed, what happen will not be able to start the presentation. Number two is speak. Using things relate to pronunciation, how do we speak so that there is an intonation, there is pressure so that there is a pause so that we don't mumble. Number three is body language. With body language, people become confident because of our expression. Okay, next material is public speaking technique. Number one is confident. In a more confident way, we will more easy or better master the material that we have prepared for presentation. We are unlikely to be good speaking. Good public speaking is very helpful. Number two is right mindset. What is right mindset? We have an image, have a positive perspective. Get rid of the negative mindset, change the positive mindset. Number two is relax. Maybe someone asks, I try to relax, but how come I'm still nervous? What do I do? So a little nervous or nervous is a natural thing. We must be able to make peace with this nervous and change it to be more relaxed. How to relax? Before preparing, take a deep breath and let it out to naturalize all the things we worry about. Try to get rid of the flavor, the direct
direct us from starting the material. Okay, next is prayer. Before starting, to pray first, because we will relax if we pray before starting the event. Then when we get relaxed, we will perform optimal. Number 4 is expression. Our expression should be more pleasing to the eye. That is, smiling, view the audience as a friend, or people who support us. Why is the expression is important? With us smiling, the audience will smile back. As a result, we will feel more comfortable delivering the material.
Excuse me, Anastasia.
Yeah?
I can see your slide move. I just see your slide for the first slide. Is
Oh,
it your slide?
wait. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Now you can slideshow.
Okay. What is public speaking, or and public speaking technique and technique and okay, next is number 5 is talk clear. At a sufficient volume, not too high, the audience will feel distracted. Number 6 is keep practicing. There is no one public speaker who is great when speaking without practice. We have to practicing in order to produce maximum result. And
Excuse me, Anastasia.
okay,
You can click slideshow so you can read your slide so big, full screen. Okay, thank you.
yeah. Number 6 is practicing. There is no one public speaker who is great when speaking without practice. We have to keep practice into order to produce maximum result. And practice will produce perfection. By continuing to practice, we will be able to master the material and the result will definitely be much better. Okay, next material is fluent manner of public speaking. Number 1 is test the microphone. Test the microphone because if the microphone to be used is damaged or not functioning, to program will not run smooth and will reduce our pressure to speak in public. Number 2 is powerful sound. Make a clear voice. Don't be rushed when reading the script. Read clear and in a loud voice. If the sound is not clear, then the result of the presentation will be bad. More powerful sound, more fit. Most people whose voice is not clear because they speak in a hurry. As a result, the word for word. Word for word that is spoken becomes less well understood. The quicker the speech, the more natural the tempo, the clearer our voice will be. Next is tempo and pause. Tempo is the speed of speech used to pump to enthusiasm, and in the middle there is a pause. A good public speaking person he uses pause to reinforce talking point. Pause is deliberate stop to strengthen point. Next is avoid muttering. Why are we muttering? Because there are factors we are not well prepared. Even if even if we are still muttering, it's okay. If it's a little, if it's too so much, it's better to reduce. Why we are muttering? Because it took it took too long to think about the next word to be said, and instead say things that we were not important. And this reduces his creativity as a public speaker. The way to avoid is to realize that we are still muttering, and if we are thinking, it is replaced by pausing and silence. Next material is what are the benefits of public speaking. Number one is conquering nervous. It is natural to feel nervous, even trembling. When speaking in public now, in a workshop or course, you will be taught how to master yourself so that you stay calm and think clear when facing this condition. Starting from breathing technique to physiology technique, you can also practice this technique in real life, so that whenever you feel nervous, you stay relaxed and don't get caught in a vortex of panic. Next is practice fast and accurate thinking. One of the biggest problems in public speaking is when your mind suddenly gets stuck or suddenly forgets the important points you want to convey. To overcome this, you will be trained on how to concrete, how to organize your thought, mind management, and how to anticipate this mind block moment. When practiced in real life, this technique is very useful to increase your confidence when communication. Next in believe in yourself. Pay attention. Usually, people who are flexible speaking in public are those who believe in themselves, even though they speak in the A of many people. In order to get to the stage, you have to practice a lot. In the training process, it is usually reveal your hidden weakness, strength, and potential. Every time you get rid of Jeffins Cree, or every time you find a new self potential, your self confidence will increase too. Next is flexible in socializing. In order for the public speaking material to mature, you have to do your research first. You can do this by reading research in internet or interview people. With strong and information public speaking material, you will be accustomed to sharing with strong and informative public speaking material. You will to sharing information, telling story, even and training many people. With accurate information, automatically you know of lot and have lots of chat material that if used in socializing. Okay, thanks. Thank you so much, our participant and Mrs. Krishna.
Okay, thank you so much, Anastasia. Ya, Anastasia Sutsaripina. Okay, I'm proud of you because you are so brave to explain your material. Yeah, how to be good at public speaking. Like we know, communication is a different, important thing for us in um, this era. So if we can communicate, could communicate with another person, we can say someone, yeah, that so many people can understand about us, and you give explanation about how to prepare our perform, yeah, from check the microphone. It is so apa ya, so important to check our microphone, yeah, for the first time when we follow or when we join a virtual meeting like this, we must check our microphone, yeah, and then get the powerful sound, yeah. We can use annotation uh, when we apa ya, praise our sentence, so everyone can understand about uh, my mean, yeah. And then manage our tempo. Yes, you're right, Anastasia. We must manage our tempo when we um, speak, yeah, when we speak with another person, so the audience can understand, yeah, about our speaking. Don't be nervous, yeah. You're right, yeah. Don't be nervous because we can to be a confidence when we know about our material, yeah. When we know about our material, we can develop our confidence, so we are not nervous anymore. Okay, and the important one is practice. We must practice our speak, yeah, to communicate with another people, and we can develop our communication skill. Okay, thank you so much, Anantasia. We really hope this video can um, to be shared with a lot of people so they can be a public speaking like you. Okay, thank you. And now I will give a written to Hiranya Tanaya. Hello, Hiranya. You there, Hiranya?
Yes.
Okay, you can unmute your mic first. Check your voice, Hiranya.
Okay. Thank you
Okay,
for giving me
maybe you can speak so loud here so we can hear your voice. Yeah?
the
Okay. Hiranya Tanaya, time is yours.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity for today. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Hiranya Tanaya. I'm very happy because I got the opportunity to become this time. Okay, we will discuss the material about music art. First, what is music art? Okay, music Music is a branch of art that uses sound of our voice.
Excuse me, Hiranya. Before you uh, explain, please you click slideshow so we can see your files full screen ya. Slideshow. You click slideshow or F5F on your keyboard. Slideshow. The toggle is the bottom, in the bottom.
Please. Now you can see that.
Okay, it's okay. You can explain now, Viranya.
Okay.
Please continue your explanation.
What is music art? Music art is a branch of art that uses sound or voice media to convey the work it carries. Okay. However, even though it sounds limited in vibration or sound, in reality, the art of music involves human thought and feelings as well. As Johan 2016 advanced, the notion of music is a thought product that is transmitted through vibrational elements in the form of frequencies that are transformed neurologically in the mind through various constituent elements such as sound, tune, and melody. The sense of the music range of the connoisseur in the sense of hearing. What this sense called being touched is vibration. Okay, next now we will discuss about understanding the art of music according to the experts. Okay, number one is artist. The definition of music is a basic force that is very effective in calming and inspiring many people. Second is dramalist. Music art is a work of sound art in the form of a song or a song or musical composition. Okay. Number three is Suharto. The art of music is the expression of ideas through sound whose basic elements are melody, rhythm, and harmony, with the supporting elements in the form, nature, and color of the song. Okay, next. We will discuss about elements of music art. Okay. The elements of music art are the parts that form a musical work into a unified composition of tunes or sounds that can be said to be music. Examples of elements. Okay. Number one is voice. Voice is the most basic element of the art of music. Number two, tunes. This division of sound into specific frequencies is called tunes. Number three is melody. Melody is a series of high and low tunes that sound or are sounded sequentially. Number four, rhythm. Rhythm is the repetition of sequence of movements in a regular musical composition.
Okay, next. Number 5 is a beat. It's a beat or swing repeatedly that comes regularly at the same time. And number 6 is a musical scale. The scale is sequence of notes arranged in a ladder. A scale has one basic tone followed by another note that is lower or higher with a certain interval pattern and form a special characteristic. Okay, now we will discuss about elements of expression. Okay. Number 1 is tempo. The tempo is how the speed of the song is performed. And number 2 is a dynamic. Dynamic is the strength or weakness of the song presentation. Number 3 is a timbre. Timbre is the quality or color of the sound or the easy with which a sound can be heard. Different timbres can be produced by producing different tones or sounds source materials. Okay. So many explanations from me. If there is a wrong word, I apologize. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Hiranya, for your explain and your material. And Hiranya told about how music can maybe increase our spirit, yeah, our motivation, our mood, so we can do anything with happiness. And Hiranya told us about that music can expression our feeling, and Hiranya told about the main element of music. There is voice, tune, melody, rhythm, and so on. So it is good information for us. Thank you so much, Hiranya. Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. Now I will give turn to Jingga, Isbianda Azahra. Where is Jingga? Are you still there, Jingga?
Hello, Miss.
Okay. Now you can present your material. Time is yours, Jingga.
Thank you. Wait for a minute.
Please loud your voice, Jingga, because I can hear your voice is so small.
Okay. Miss, I don't cannot share the PPT.
Why you cannot share your slide?
Because the share an application window, the PPT does not.
Okay, maybe you can prepare first your slide, yeah, and I will give return to your friend, another friend. Is it okay, Jingga? Or you can ask uh, your friend to slide share to share your screen. Maybe you ask someone. Tinggal, halo?
Hello, wait. Can you see my slide?
Okay, I can see your slide now. Yes.
Okay, good evening everyone. Thank you to the host and moderator for opening today's event. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dinda Itriandra Zara. I am from SMBN 1 Ponorogo. Today I was given the opportunity to deliver materials and the title is How to We Prevent of Global Warming. Okay, this is my profile everyone. And today we will learn about the meaning, the reason, the impact of global warming, and our steps we can take to prevent it. First, I will explain the meaning of global warming. So, according to the Natural Research Council, global warming is a condition of an increase in the average temperature of the Earth's surface due to excessive concentration of greenhouse gases. The impact of global warming is very dangerous for the health of the Earth and for all inhabitants of the Earth. In fact, according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, concluded that most of the increase in global average temperature since the mid-20th century is likely due to increased concentration of greenhouse gases due to human activities throughout the greenhouse effect. In short, global warming is a condition which the Earth's surface temperature increases due to trapping of harmful gases in the Earth's atmosphere. Next, let's find out about the definition of the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect first appeared when the farmer planted vegetables and fruits in a greenhouse. Sunlight can penetrate glass and is reflected back by objects in the greenhouse room as a heat wave in the form of infrared light. Heat waves trapped does not mix with the cold air outside, so the air temperature inside at the greenhouse is so high, and the reaction is called the greenhouse effect. So, make no mistake about your interpretation of the greenhouse effect. Well, for more details, please see the illustration on the side. This is the illustration, guys. And next, from earlier, we discussed about the negative impact of greenhouse effect. Well, we will know a group of gases in the Earth's atmosphere which function to keep the Earth's surface temperature warm, known as greenhouse gases. Included 1. Carbon dioxide, 2. Nitrogen monoxide, 3. Sulfur dioxide, 4. Methane, and the 5 is chlorofluorocarbons or CFC. With greenhouse gases above the Earth becomes warm and is ideal for the growth and development of living things. However, the above gases are the biggest contributor of global warming. Next, let's ask together analysis why this global warming can occur.
Okay. Scientific consensus is that the Earth's average temperature has increased between 0.4 and 0.8 degrees Celsius in the last 100 years. Research has been carried out by many research in recent times. They estimate that mean global temperatures could increase between 1.4 and 5.8 degrees Celsius by 2100. So what causes global warming to occur? In a recent report, the fourth assessment report issued by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC), it is reported that 90% of human activity over the past 250 years has made our planet even warmer. Wow, it is turned out that our activities can affect the health of Earth. What are our dangerous activities? Here are some of our activities that endanger the health of the Earth. And the first is emission of greenhouse gases and fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are also a cause of soil pollution, for example, due to oil spills around drilling wells. And the two is ozone layer depletion. And the three is forest destruction, which results in destruction of carbon dioxide absorption so that carbon accumulates in the atmosphere, which can cause of global warming. And the fourth is methane pollution by agriculture, plantation, and livestock. Methane gas, methane gas comes from organic materials that lack oxygen from the breakdown of bacteria, such as in rice fields, while on livestock. In the intense needs of livestock. The increase in livestock production will also increase the methane gas released to the Earth's surface. And the fourth is the of electrical energy. And the sixth is the burning of the wood that continues to increase. The result of the combustion is methane gas, which can trap heat. And the last is the vehicle population continues to increase. With the increase in the number of vehicles, the more carbon dioxide is produced, which can trigger global warming. After we know the causes of global warming, let's find out what the effects are. And the first is shifting of plant and animal habitat. Some species find it very difficult to survive in their present habitat. Some flora plants cannot flower without experiencing a really cold winter one. And next is destruction of marine life. And the three is extreme weather disturbance. And the four is rising sea levels increase. And the five is threatened yield. In this point, tropical diseases such as malaria and fever can spread over a wider area. In cancer, surfaces are also on the rise. Continuous heat waves can cause illness and disease. Food and drought increase hunger and malnutrition. And the last is change in crop yield. And the next is steps we can take to love the earth. And the first is to reduce reuse and recycle. You can reduce the use of plastic when shopping at the supermarket, right? And two is environmental preservation by planting trees and green plants. And the third is reducing the use of refrigerators or air conditioner, which known as AC. And the fourth is outrage to fears to love of environment. And the fifth is use a bicycle if traveling close by. And the sixth is turn off lights or electronical equipment when not it works. And the seventh is environmental laws. I know if this not our authority, but these steps could be very effective. And the eighth is make a compost. And the ninth is use the two leading sides of the paper. We can do this when writing to save paper as it known paper comes from the tree. And the last is find information about environmental conservation efforts. And the next is illustration of the step we can take. Slowly but surely, we must be able to do it for our survival. And this is the conclusion. Now, the conclusion is warming is an increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere, oceans, and land. Sociocultural factors have an important role, even determining the carrying capacity of development. As it is human beings will determine whether development will continue or be stopped. Therefore, let's protect our Earth together so that human civilization continues. Thank you for your attention. I hope this is useful for you.
Okay, thank you so much, Jingga, for your presentation. Jingga told us about global warming, um, about greenhouse effect, and what is some cases that greenhouse product, and how it make the temperature heater and higher, and we know that our Earth is so hot, so many house gases and so many gases that make our temperature so high. So we must maybe plan a lot of how to reuse, recycle, reduce, like our school, that is Adiwiyata school, so we can grow any plant in our house, and I hope maybe someday our Earth so green again, so the temperature is not higher anymore. Thank you so much, Hingga, Zahra, and thank you so much for all of you. For this session, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students to present their presentation, and because we are fasting and maybe 5 minutes again, we will pray Maghrib, so we can finish our session in this session, and don't forget to join the second session. inshallah will be present at after Tarawih prayer. Yeah, after Tarawih we will open this session again, and I hope all of you can join our meeting. Yeah, thank you so much, and congratulations for your presentations. It's so good. I I look you are study hard, learn quick to finish our training. Yeah, virtual coordinator training. I'm so proud to be your teacher and to be have having you. Yeah, a good student. Apa ya, smart student, and maybe you can share your knowledge to your friends, not only your classmates, but maybe for uh, friends from another school. Yeah, thank you so much for your attention, and see you on the second session. Okay, we can finish this session with hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.